What have been your early observations about Coach Shorts, and what do you like about him and Coach Hamden?
About Coach Shorts, I love it. He also played receiver, so he know a lot of ins and outs of the receiver position. Coached a lot of great receivers. And we just got that bond that he want me to get better. He know where I want to be, and he won't let me come short of myself. And that's something that I always wanted in a coach, and I love about Coach Shorts.
What are some of the early things that he's really he said you're very coachable, so what are some of those things that he's been coaching you up on in particular to start spring ball?
Just receiver things. We have talked about some of my weaknesses and what I feel like I need to get stronger at. And that's kind of been an emphasis of this spring. He just making sure that I'm staying on my word and wanting to get better and coaching me, and just also being a better man off the field. You should be doing this, doing that. So, man, Coach Shorts, man, it's a blessing to have him.
How long does it take to get the trust and terminology down with new guys, new everything?
Honestly, it depends. I feel with this group, we're very locked in and we know where we want to be. So we kind of picked up on it fast, and we trust the coaches. Great set of coaches. So just us buying in and listening and being in the meetings on time and early and after work and before practice, we still getting the work in. So just everybody buying in and trusting the process.
You've had 3 different quarterbacks to catch passes from the last 3 years, so what's it like catching passes from Brock? How's he different or similar than some of the other guys you played with?
Oh, man, all quarterbacks that I've been throwing to me has been great. Brock fit right in with them. So, just kind of normal for me now, catching the ball from great quarterbacks. So, I love the way Brock throw the ball. Can't wait till, Saturdays come.
Is it different, like just adjusting to a new guy? Like, what are some of the things that you have to kind of catch up with so that you're hitting stride with?
I feel like with everybody that's getting a new quarterback or even just getting back to football, you gotta have trust, gotta have chemistry. So, like I said, before practices, talking to them, how you like this, how you like that. After practice, like today, after practice, get some stuff that we had missed, just so we can be on the same page.
You and Dan Key being veterans here, do you feel like you all are in a on-field coaching position, kind of like?
Of course, you can ask all the young guys anything they need. If Coach Short's not right there, me and Dane be right there helping them. If we see something that we know they can get better at, we can tell them. Always coaching the young guys up, because I remember me being in that position and just needing a little advice and needing a little help. So that's what I'll be doing for the younger guys.
What's it like to be the old guy? What's it like to be the old guy now? What I've been.
I really don't like calling myself the old guy, but man, it's great just seeing where I came from and all the process that I've made, and still a lot more to come. So it's always being good, being an older guy a little bit now, just so the younger guys, if they see me doing it, then they'll do it. So always having to keep my best foot forward so the younger guys don't think, okay, if he take a play off, I can take one off. So, just being accountable, coachable, and just staying on all 10.
I know you got your hoodie and your pads on right now, but you look like you put on some good weight in the offseason. Talk about the kind of work you put in.
That was just, I wouldn't call it a weakness, but something I wanted to improve on was my weight. So, just make sure I'm hitting the weight room extra hard, weekends, getting extra work in. Just doing everything I need to do.
Barion, when Bush was up here earlier, he mentioned that Hardley was one of the more impressive 17-year-olds he's ever been around. What maybe stands out to you that you've seen from him so far?
Is Harley is just like me. We came from kind of same background, but man, just a freak of nature. Not even.
Man, that's a lot coming from you saying that.
Man, yeah, he is. Just him being so coachable and him ready to play, him ready to learn. Always, taking mental reps, always asking questions from the older guys. Man, Harley's going to be a good one, promise. He's going to be a good one.
You've made a lot of big plays here already. Some mistakes, ups and downs, like all but you feel like this is a pivotal year for you in your development? Like you need to take a big step?
Yes, sir, of course. I feel like y'all probably know that too. Ups and downs last year, but, trusting God, keeping my best foot forward, talking to my parents. This could be the year. So.
Is there added focus for you?
Of course. Well, I wouldn't say added focus. I'm always focused. Just sometimes things don't go in the way of my favor. So just keep going. Live on another day.
I asked you about the new coaches, but what about some of the new guys, Barion and Macklin? What have you seen from them? What do you like from their game?
My boy Fredo, man, he's smooth, route running, real good. very, very good guy off the field. We be playing Madden and stuff. Just topping up. Just trying to become better teammates on and off the field. J-Mac, that's my guy too. We ain't got to see him yet, but man, he cool, nice guy. He'll come help. He'll watch what we do and put in the things what we need to do and how he feel about it. But I like him.
Who wins in Madden?
Me. I beat him 2-1 ass freighter.
Barion, just what were your all's reactions when Liam left again, and you knew you were going to have a new coordinator, and didn't maybe know what the offense was going to look like?
It was a great decision. I guess he had better opportunities. Can't never mad at somebody for taking another great opportunity. So wish the best for him. Still love him. Can't wait to see what he do.
You talk about Fred. We saw him in high school. What does he look like now? Because we haven't seen him for a couple of years.
Well, I didn't see him in high school.
Well, I know, but I mean, what do you
um,
see out of him right now?
route running, good. Got good weight on him. Some speed, great hands. Just a great overall player.
We know Max can play, can lock people up. What have you seen from some of the other cornerbacks that you got to go up against?
JD, great. I really like all our corners. They bring competition every day. Like, we'll tell each other, like, I'm gonna make you better, you make me better. You don't take no playoff, I won't either. So we kind of got that understanding. Like, when we line up against each other, it's gonna be dog on dog. But at the end of the day, I'm getting you better, you getting me better. All love.
Barion, this is the first time, at least that I've talked to you since the bowl, and I know after you were pretty just frustrated in the moment. But looking back on it now, do you kind of really appreciate how well you played in that game?
I know things would have been way better if we would have got the win. So I can't really just talk about the game because we didn't get the win. So
That's about you specifically.
It's a team sport. At the end of the day, I wanted to celebrate that with my boys. That would have been a good one to celebrate. But hey, we live another day.
Played for him before. What's it like playing for Coach Wolford again?
Yeah, it's good to have him back. He's an intense coach that's going to demand a lot out of guys, and I think we're going to get a lot out of guys. So I think having him back is really good, especially for our younger guys. I think he does a really good job developing younger guys, making sure everyone's cross-trained to different positions. I think you're going to see a really physical and prepared offensive line.
You said everybody's got a clean slate. So what does that look like for you in the offensive line as a whole?
Yeah, I think just for everybody, when he says clean slate, as much stuff as you might have screwed up or done well in the past, that doesn't matter. He wasn't here for it or hasn't been for 2 years. And so you got to re-earn that trust level, re-earn that respect, just as you should every year in and year out. You have to keep earning those positions, because the moment you start to feel comfortable and you get stagnant, that's when we don't have that growth. We don't get any better. So I think when he says clean slate, it's not just for the guys that maybe haven't played before, but those guys that have played. Like, hey, you gotta earn your spot all over again.
There was at least speculation that there were hard feelings when he left last time. Did you all have to have conversations when he came back about?
There were no hard feelings. Yeah. No. He got offered a promotion. He took it, and that was the end of the story. Any of us would take a pay raise to go to a different job too. So no hard feelings there at all.
Talk a lot about Ramsey. Talk about him.
Ramsey's he's a physical guy. He's got a lot of God-given tools. I think one thing that's important to him is getting these reps in the spring. Guys like him, the spring is critical. Those younger guys that, he came a little late last summer, so he didn't really get that developmental period. So for him, it's just how much can he, just being a sponge, absorb everything he can, talk to the older guys, really understand the scheme, so then he can focus on just using those God-given gifts that he's got, just how explosive, his heavy hands, and the way he's built. It's really good for interior. I mean, he can play all 5 spots, hopefully one day. So that's kind of the goal for him, is just to absorb as much as he can and continue to develop.
Coach Stoops has really talked about amplifying the intensity and the physicality up front. Have you felt that so far through just the first few padded practices?
Yeah, I think just with the pace of our offense, the intensity and just has to be up. We're going faster. We're not huddling and just sitting there thinking about what we're doing. So there's got to be a real attention to detail and real execution with that intensity. And I think offense and defense, everyone's bringing on both sides of the ball. And again, that's what you want in spring ball. You want to develop. You want that healthy competition from both sides of the ball, so we all get better as a football program.
What kind of extra shape do you have to be in if you go no huddle or a faster tempo, where in the past you could huddle up and catch your breath for 20 seconds or so?
Yeah, it's different. We're in a different type of shape. Like you said, there's a little less rest time in between plays, and that's something, we work with our coaches, and we starts in the weight room. They time out our rest for everything we do, trying to simulate football, because at the end of the day, that's what we do, is we play football and trying to simulate that as much as we can in the weight room and then on the field with the different team conditioning we do.
How you have to do a lot as the center as far as making calls and making sure everybody's on the same page. So what's the learning curve like for a new offense, for Bush Hampton's offense?
I thought it was going to be a little steeper as a learning curve than it was. A lot of our schematics will have carryover. It's just learning that new verbiage, getting used to the different snap timing, the different cadence, getting used to Brock when he's talking to us and the different types of communications. We got new faces along the offensive line, so that's more so what we're working on. A lot of the schematics and the big picture football ideas are pretty similar to what we've done in the past.
How fun for you was it to work in a broadcasting role at Pro Day?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's something I would like to do when I'm done playing football, is get into broadcasting or something like that. So it was really cool to get some experience and hopefully get some B-roll for any job applications here when football's done. Hopefully not for a while, but
TV term.
yeah.
Like the communication part, how does it change now that Brock has the communication in his helmet?
Those things are awesome. It is streamlined everything. I mean, we're able to go fast without the huddle. Now we're able to go even faster when there's not people trying to speak sign language to 8 different positions on the sideline. You're trying to make sure it's covered and no one's stealing it. I mean, you don't have to worry about sign stealing. You don't have to worry about changing your signs if there was a coach you might have worked with 10 years ago on the other sideline in a different job. So it just makes everything so much easier, so much faster, and just streamlines all that communication to help us go faster.
Have you noticed a faster tempo in general?
Yeah, it's much faster tempo. We're not huddling in this offense. We're getting more plays in, and that's something that Coach Stoops talked to us as an offense as a whole. Is that one of his goals with this hire was he wants more snaps, more opportunities to make plays, and that's something we've really focused on here in spring ball so far.
You've been here for a while, and as a veteran, you've taken a lot of ownership in this program. And as such, how much hungrier are you for this season to go the way you want it than maybe others?
Yeah, I'm extremely. This is truly the last chance I've got here to play for Kentucky, and it's been a lifelong dream of mine to be able to do this. And so knowing this is the last chance, you don't want to leave any stone unturned and just kind of up the intensity as much as you can and give it everything you've got.
So he was all over you when you were a freshman here. What was that relationship like then, and how's it maybe changed now that he's back?
Yeah, I think, when you're a freshman, everything seems a little, harder. And, like I talk, to Abba and Hayes now, it's like, it seems so crazy, so hard. Everything's so fast. But truly, like they say, when you get here and when you're a freshman, you don't really believe them, but it really does slow down. And, I think I wouldn't be, near as far along as I am now if it wasn't for Coach Wolf. Like when I was a freshman, constantly staying on me, making sure I'm doing everything that I need to do, because now I know what I need to do. So, that relationship changes a little bit.
When it was announced that Coach was coming back, were guys hitting up you or Eli asking them, how he was as a coach, and were people kind of looking to you guys to kind of explain how he was before you got here?
Yeah, I think so. Me and Eli, I think, are the only, besides Paul in my class, we're the only guys that were here the first time when he was here. So, those guys were, curious, and I just told him, he's a character. You just got to meet him, and he's a great coach. He's been doing it for a long time. He's put a lot of guys in the league. Won a lot of games in the SEC. So, at the end of the day, we all trust Coach. We trusted Coach Stoops, and those guys trusted Coach Stoops. That's who they came here to play for. So, we told them, gave them the lay of the land, and we're off rolling now. So,
Coach Stoops talked about getting more physical in the trenches. How have you seen that since Coach Wolf's return?
Yeah, I think that's, Stoops came in and talked to us about, that's kind of the emphasis for this spring, and with the weight room and, lifts being a little bit different than they have been in the past to really get us back to, not only just being on our assignment and stuff like that, but moving guys 5, 10 yards down the field. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what you need to do to win big football games. So I think, just the way we lift has changed, the way we practice has changed, the individual drills have changed, all to put an emphasis on that. So
Your body type's changed quite a bit since your first arrival.
Yeah.
Talk about the weight room and what you do off the field.
Yeah, I think, being at Pro Day and stuff, watching Bates and, Ramon and all those guys, how great of a day they had, and people, kind of, I guess, didn't really know a lot of how athletic they were before that. Coach Ed and Coach Hill, they're kind of the unsung heroes, and, Coach Mayer and all the coaches upstairs will tell you the same thing. Those guys have constantly, been able to, recruit and develop. So, just the things they do in there and their knowledge of, what needs to happen for you to produce more on the field and in the weight room, ultimately is, what all of us are thankful for. Like, that's what changes our bodies as we go forward. So it's really been all those guys, I'd say. Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I had to go Dad's favorite, the Rushmore, Thursday, Friday. gotta be the Rushmore.
The team's the offensive line's emphasis is getting more physical, but what's kind of your personal goals where you want to see the most growth to make sure you're ready for fall?
Yeah, I think just in every little thing. I really haven't been playing O-line that long, and sometimes I get, it all happens so fast when you're in college. I feel like I've been here for like a year, and I think it's really important to go back and make sure you really work like some of the stuff you even worked in high school, like just your stance, because it can change so much. And at the end of the day in the SEC, you're looking for little small things that can give you an advantage over your opponent. So stuff like that is, constantly that's something that Coach Wolford really, looks into. He'll sit there and look at your stance on film, look where your weight is, just to give you any advantage you could possibly get, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And I think, everybody on this team's goal is just, win as many football games as we can and be the best team we can be. And I think that starts, getting to know each other better, and that's why it's been so nice to have Coach Hood back with, we have like the breaking bread where, you get a random guy each week and you kind of meet and talk to them, ask them some questions, get to know them. So I think that stuff's really important too.
There was a lot of talk last spring about leadership issues. How much do you feel like what Coach Hood's doing is really addressing some of that ahead of time?
Yeah, I think just like I think that helps a lot. We got a lot of old guys this year. Like Eli just came up here. We got Marcus. Transfers, some old guys transferred in that played a lot of snaps. And ultimately, those guys are the leaders of this team, and we all kind of fit in. That's what spring's for. See where you fit in. See what your voice is and who you can help. And I think that's been something that I've seen a lot of this spring is older guys really taking, that initiative to help younger guys, even if, they might not play this year, but, they're trying to leave the program better than what they found it. So.